Sports presents Benning Bites with Damon Benning. Benning Bites with Damon Benning.
Another episode of Benning's Bites with me, ODB. A lot of things can come up in Benning's Bites, and this one came via the DM that was like, hey, DB, haven't heard you talk much about Ernest Hausman and what's going on in the transfer portal, even though he was a guy that I was extremely high on, right? Called all-conference caliber player, really good budding superstar for Nebraska, and it got me thinking along the lines of coffee and cream this morning. We were talking about most important guys to get in the portal, and I said the two most important guys for, in my opinion, for Nebraska to get out of the portal are guys that are, one of them is not in the portal, but it's important to get back, but both guys are on their roster. We're on their roster from a year ago, and that's Ernest Hausman and Casey Thompson. And why? Because I think Casey Thompson is a guy that in a year where I think I know what this staff's about in terms of steady and smarts and wanting to be here and playing tough, a lot of that is Casey Thompson. So I think that's pretty important in terms of what happens at the quarterback spot and how much you want to portal. The other guy, Ernest Hausman, just because players enter the portal doesn't mean that they can't come back. We saw that with Jamari Butler and some guys that were still kind of on the fence at Nebraska. I think in this day and age, we have to fully be prepared to take on and take back and embrace folks that test the open market and then maybe come back as the staff continues to try to do their due diligence to keep Ernest Hausman in the fold. And he's going to have a ton of offers. He's a fantastic player, just most recently visited Iowa, and he knows what Iowa does in terms of producing linebackers that go to the next level. So that will definitely be something that is inviting, I think, to Hausman. But are we as a fan base, are you as part of the fan base fully embracing folks that come back to the fold, folks that weren't initially in the fold and are now in the family? Is it going to truly be, if you're ours, you're ours, we embrace you? You may not have to worry about it a ton with this staff because I don't think that's the way that they want to build this football team. So that'll be important too. I think they want to develop with the younger guys and still go the high school route. But keep that in mind over the next couple of weeks with what happens with the transfer portal. Let's all love one another. Sometimes you go out and you stray and you had to come back and you still want to be part of the fold. Embrace it. That might be what has to happen with this football team because you get it in coaching transitions where folks want to consider their options. So you keep yours open too. How about that? As it's another episode of Benning's Bites. However you grab it, Apple, Spotify, Google, do what you do, and I want to be a part of it. Make sure you catch Coffee and Cream in the morning. We're growing. It's huge. It's becoming a full-fledged army. So be a part of that infantry. Me and my man, Liquid Shano, Andrew Rogers, great follow, at Andrew Rogers TV. You know about Shano. He's at is it Shane Schillerberg or is that Schillerberg?
It's at Schillerberg.
At Schillerberg. It's
not Schillershank.
Now I got to cut you with my favorite boomerang reference. He's one of the best in the business. That's why we're together. We have been for double-digit years. Reunited, and it feels so good. That's another episode of Benning Bites.